Hello fellow techies. This is my first video, and how better to start than to share with you what I was able to do or accomplish that I was not able to find already out there on the World Wide Web. This video will be a simple step-by-step on how to reset the admin password for Zosi, that's Z-O-S-I, digital video recorder or DVR. The model number is for this video is H264. So let's get moving. First of all, let me give you a little backstory. When I first purchased this product, and I'm very happy with it, the price, outstanding, the performance and capabilities were all there. So I was very happy, installed it, found the password was admin, and the username was admin, and thought, nope, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to change that, make it a little more secure. Well, weeks went by, and of course, I have no idea what the password is. And when I try to retrieve videos, that's of course the first thing it asks for. So I literally spent probably close to an hour trying to guess what I thought the password was supposed to be, and of course it wasn't. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go online and simply look up how to reset it. I looked in the manuals and looked in documentation online. There isn't a reset. So I followed a lot of bad advice. I went in and first advice I found was to remove the hard drive and format the hard drive. Well, that didn't work. The second one was to remove the battery that's on the actual board, similar to like a computer board. No, that didn't work either. Apparently the password and information is all stored in a flash on the board itself, so that wasn't going to do it. So moving forward from that, I started looking at other videos that other YouTube channels have and followed some of their steps and found that my device isn't quite what theirs is, and there are some differences. So I figured, I'm going to do a video on this, and hopefully I can help somebody else and save them the amount of time it took me to figure this out. Just now that it's figured out, it's simple. At the time, it was a little frustrating. So let's get moving. And first and foremost, the product or the solutions or software I'm going to be using on here, and also the other channels like I mentioned earlier, will be listed down below in the details so that you guys can utilize them also. So first, I use ZenMap to try to identify what the IP address is of the device. Before you do that, of course, make sure the DVR is actually plugged into the network. Check to make sure the cable's plugged in and you see the lights blinking showing there's traffic over the network. Now once that's done, it should already have an IP address assigned to it. Even if you didn't configure it with an IP address, DHCP will assign an IP address, and it should have one. You just have to know what it is. If you don't know what it is, I would suggest using ZenMap. It's open source and free. You can download it and install it on Windows. It's actually a port Linux product. It's a great software solution. But for the simple case we're going to use it for, we're just going to do a simple scan. And what you do is you do the IP range. Most ranges are going to look just like what I put here. And we're going to do a quick scan because it's real simple. I'm not going to do a scan here. I already know what the IP address is, but basically it takes a few minutes and it'll list all the different hosts, and you should be able to pick it out from all the other machines that have names you're used to, like your name or your computer name or whatever the case may be. It should stand out quite simple. Okay, so what I found is that the DVR has Telnet by default enabled. So that might be something to take in consideration, which I wasn't aware of. If you're going to put this thing on the network, definitely don't put it out on the public network outside of your firewall or what the router device that they provided that your ISP provided. It would be a definite vulnerability. So just keep that in mind in the future. So moving forward, I know for a fact that my device IP address is 192.168.1.26. Selecting a Telnet here, I am, by the way, using Putty. It's another free software solution. If you have Windows 7 or above, you're not going to have Telnet. Windows did not, or Microsoft did not include Telnet in the operating system past Windows XP. So Windows 7 and above should not have Telnet. So you need to have a Telnet client I'm using Putty. There's plenty of them out there. This one's free and it works perfectly fine. And it does other things too that you can use in the future. SSH, RLogin for a few. So we're going to select Telnet. We're going to click Open. Okay. So as we get here, as you see here in the Telnet session, it's asking for login. Now the username is root. Now you're going to find that many DVRs are running on a Linux operating system, and this one is also. Now for my example, and for this model, again, Model H264, it does not have a password for root. So just hitting enter will get you in. The pound sign tells you that you're logged in as root. So first, we want to see where we're at. So if we type in pwd and hit enter, that'll tell us what directory in. You should log in to the directory of the root home directory, which is /root. We're going to change out of this directory because we don't want to be in here with 2 dots, and that'll bring us one directory back. So cd space ... hit enter, and we'll do a pwd again, and now it shows just the /. We're going to do a list of the directory, which is ls, and we'll hit enter. This will show us all the folders and links, files that are in this directory. The directory that we're interested in is the mnt, the mount directory. So we're going to do a change directory again, and we're going to type in mnt. Now please keep in mind, in Linux, capital and lowercase are important. So make sure that when you're typing this out, it's exactly as you see it in the directory. Change the directory mnt. We'll do another list or an ls. The next directory we need to go into is the config directory. So we're going to do another change directory to config and hit enter. We'll do an ls again, and we're here. In this directory, I found was the .dat files. Now, through trial and error, actually, I found that the config.dat file is where the software that's running on the Linux operating system keeps the administrator password and many other settings. So when you reset this, you're literally setting it back to factory. Now the way I did this is by changing the name of the config.dat. You probably could delete it, but I wanted to be able to recover in case I really screwed it up. So to just change the name, I did a move, which is an mv space, and I'm moving the file config.dat, and then I'm going to do a space again, and I'm moving it to a different name, which would be config.dat.old. Now that's what I named it, so I knew what it was, what the old one was. You can name it whatever you want. Once I hit enter, it will, which I'm not going to do here because it's working now for me. But once I hit enter, this config.dat will disappear, and all that will be left is config.dat.old. Once that's done, once you've run this, then all you have to do is simply type in reboot and hit enter. Once it reboots, it will see that the config.dat is missing, and it'll create a new one, just like it was when you first received it. So once it's rebooted, you'll actually be able to log in as admin. Problem solved. Your videos will still be there as long as you didn't format the hard drive and do silly stuff like I did. So if you like this video, please press like. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and please give me comments down below as to what kind of videos you'd like to see in the future. If you have some things that you've been having trouble digging into and you want another set of eyes on them, put some comments on there. Give me some ideas, and I'll dig into them and create videos, and hopefully I can help you out. Look, I've been using the internet for years now and learning a lot from others, so I feel it's time for me to maybe share some of my knowledge. So I hope this helped, and best of luck to you guys. Thanks for watching.